Hello and welcome to tonight's match between Burnley and Norwich. We're live from Turf Moor. I hope you're very much looking forward to joining us here this evening. It's going to be some match this tonight, that's for sure. And we look forward to bringing you this game live. We're going to be with you for the whole match live. It's going to be some match tonight. We'll also keep you abreast of what's happening with Liverpool and Rangers this evening. They're in action tonight, I think. No, it's Chelsea in action tonight, sorry. And Celtic, they're in action as well. So we'll keep you abreast of those. And there's another game taking place that's just about to kick off as well. So we're all set to go here. 5 minutes to go to kick off. We'll bring you the teams as soon as the players come out the tunnel. Let me just remind you of what's happening elsewhere in the football world at the moment. So let me just tell you that Chelsea have reached the last 16. So they're through. So these are the scores. Salzburg 1, Chelsea 2, Dynamo Zagreb and AC Milan there, an 8 o'clock kickoff. Celtic against Shakhtar Donetsk will keep abreast on. So we'll keep abreast on all the Champions League scores, including Dynamo Zagreb, AC Milan, Celtic, Shakhtar Donetsk, Leipzig against Real Madrid, and Borussia Dortmund, Man City, Benfica, Juventus, and PSG against McCarthy, Haifa. And as the atmosphere now builds to a crescendo here, Coventry 0, Rotherham 0. That's a 7:45 kickoff. They're 8 minutes into that game, 0-0. Turf Moor is looking bright as usual. Tuesday night, under the floodlights. You can't think of any place better to watch your midweek football than at Turf Moor. And as a Burnley fan of many years standing, it's always a great place to watch your football in midweek. Teams just waiting to come out here. Last time they played here at Turf Moor was a controversial 0-0 draw when Burnley should have had 3 penalties even in that game. Who can we get that GBH by Tim Krul? Well, we're still awaiting the two teams anyway. This is the table. I'll just look at the tables at the end. So Burnley, conceivably, with their better goal difference, they've got plus 14. They could actually go top of the pile tonight on goal difference. In fact, they could go top, full stop, by 2 points, as it turns out. They're only a point behind QPR and Blackburn Rovers. Norwich, with a win themselves, could go into the playoff zone for absolutely sure. They'd be on 28 points should they win tonight. And they'd be a point behind Burnley if that was to be achieved. So it's all set fair for a tremendous match here. And we have some sort of a refereeing change. It was supposed to be Tony Harrington in charge tonight, but we got Paul Tierney in charge instead. And Nick Greenhouse and Matt Wilkes are his assistants. Jeff Eltringham is the fourth official as the teams come out the tunnel to a rapturous applause around Turf Moor. And of course, the Rainbow Laces campaign being banded around. You can see all to promote LBGQT plus as well. All the communities, they all enjoy their football. Doesn't matter what sort of person you are. If you enjoy your football, good on you. You know, quite a number of Norwich fans have braved the elements to come travel a long way up from Norfolk here. Norwich, the home of Alan Partridge and Sailor of the Century. They go hand in hand together like bacon and eggs. There's the teams being paraded there, and they'll shake hands, and then we'll bring you the two lineups in just a second. I hope you're going to enjoy what we're going to give you tonight. So let's take a check on the two teams then. Starting, of course, with Burnley. Starting, of course, with Burnley at the moment. And here is Muric in goal. Back four tonight of Vertinho, Harbour, Bellis, Bayer and Matson. Brownhill in court, the two holding midfielders, Teller, Goodmanson and Sahore, who really played absolutely out of his skin the other night. And then it's Jay Rodriguez up front. We'll run through the benches as soon as we get them. Okay, Dean Smith chooses this side. Angus Gunn in goal. Then it's Max Aarons, Grant Hanley, Jonathan Tonkinson and Sam McCowan, the back four. Nunes, Hayden on loan from Newcastle. and Sarah the midfield 3. And then it's James Sargent, the top scorer with 8, Timo Perky, the second top scorer with 6, and Todd Cantwell leading the line up front for Norwich. They're going to go 4-3-3, it seems to me. On the bench for Burnley, we've got Peacock Farrell, Charlie Taylor, Ashley Barnes, Connor Roberts, Josh Benson, Bastien, and Delafou. For Norwich, Krul, Hugo, Ramsey, Hernandez, Springett, Gibbs, and Hills. Referee, as I say, Paul Tierney from Wigan. And away we go. In just a moment or two, getting this game underway then. Of course, no VAR in the Championship these days. There is that distinction, I suppose, in a lot of ways. We'll keep your comments as well. Good evening, Ross. Good evening, Paul. Paul James obviously not happy that Paul Tierney is the referee. Grant Hanley of ex-Blackburn Rovers. Jack Cork, of course. Both wearing those rainbow captain's armbands. And, of course, keep your comments clean, ladies and gentlemen. We are still a family programme. Here we know we're at 8 o'clock at night. We're just about to kick off. Vincent Kompanys in his baseball cap, casual jacket, casual T-shirt. There's Paul Tierney, not one of Burnley's favourite referees after his poor officiating at Villa Park towards the end of the last season. And it's going to be Norwich in canary yellow with green shorts to get us away. Burnley, of course, in their Clarendon blue. And off we go then. It's 3rd against 7th in the Championship. Norwich attacking the goal to my left-hand side. That's the Jimmy McElroy end. And PJ Paul James, yeah. So, yeah, Paul Tierney's in charge. It was supposed to be Tony Harrington that was supposed to be refereeing, but he's had to pull out. And Paul Tierney is now in command. So we're up and running now. As the ball is hooked forward and it's out of play for an early throw for Burnley. So Jay Rodriguez up front. Saori has been a really good player for Burnley, certainly in the last couple of games. Burnley gave everybody, including myself, palpitations on Saturday afternoon when they were 2-0 down against Sunderland and came back and won 4-2. This is a much tougher test for them against the Norwich side, who battled so hard to come away with a point in an ill-tempered game at Sheffield United. So there's every chance, really, that this game could have something in it, really. But we are really, as I say, set fair for what should be a cracking game of football. We hope anyway. So, and apologies. And apologies there if we heard another commentary voice there over the top. Dean Smith there, the Norwich City coach or Norwich manager, took over. His side have not been convincing. They've dropped points in crucial games, more so at Carrow Road. They lost to Preston when they were in a good position to try and win that game. And a free kick already given there for a foul by Zahori on Aarons. Burnley can go top by 2 points with a win, although QPR and Mick Beale have a game in hand on them after tonight. This game actually rolls over from early September. Oh, that's a mistake by the goalkeeper, but I think Nathan Tyler was in an offside position and he couldn't take possession of the ball. Ball hooked back towards Muric. Pukki's on the scene. Muric is with a header away. Cool header away by the former Manchester City goalkeeper. Ian Matson has got it on the far side here for Burnley. Plays it inside to Teller. Teller's got Gudmundsson now to his right. It's Johan Berg Gudmundsson running at the defenders. Gudmundsson's shot well blocked again by the Norwich defender there. And it will be a throw-in to Burnley. Last time the sides met, Norwich won 2-0. It was one of the poorest Burnley performances I've seen in a Premier League game for some time. Burnley, though, in the main, have a terrific record against their visitors at Turf Moor, though, as Zahori tricks his man one way or the other. Gets a good cross in there towards Teller, who's gambled inside the 6-yard box. Burnley, making the brightest start here. Coutinho gets past his man. Goes past Cantwell. Goes down. Referee Tierney doesn't want to know. I think Coutinho went down a little easily. And the ball will run out of play for a Burnley throw-in. With Pukki giving pursuit at that point. But Zahori looking the goods there. He scored that crucial third goal, which was a terrific strike to win the game there. And you have to say it's Vincent Kompanys' side have started on the front foot very, very well here. Remember, we're live. Yeah, it's a JB Sports exclusive. Independent from the commentary hub, which is one of where we are one of the participating channels, and we'll be back with you later this week with European action and Premier League action on the TC Hub. And also, as it's a one-off, we're going to bring back another old feature to the program in the second half. I'll tell you a bit about that because Teller's making a good run. Angus Gunn's rather having to use his head just outside the penalty area. Matson takes it on the chest, finds Sahori on the far side. He's looking lively in this opening stage of Sahori. To give him his name, Anas Sonori. Good ball out to Patino, the right back who's Brazilian born. And again, Burnley having possession here. Alwood Bellis nearly running into trouble though. And Patino again strides away from Todd Cantwell. He's got pace to burn, this Brazilian lad. Really liking the move here with Teller now. Can he get in onto that right foot? He can! And shots wide at the far post. Terrific effort from Nathan Teller. That was a really good strike. And Angus Gunn diving away to his right-hand side. It may have got a slight deflection. I think they're lining up for a corner. But Coutinho starting on the right-hand side. He played it infield to Teller. Teller then tested and turned. And I think it hit the defender there, Tomkinson, and went wide for a corner. It did. So I think that might have been going in from Nathan Teller. 5 minutes gone on JB Sports. Burnley 0, Norwich 0 in the Championship. Looks like Josh Brownhill's going to take this corner from the far side. They're attacking the cricket field and Burnley at this stage of proceedings. They go short this time. Back to Brownhill. Brownhill's first time cross. I think he was trying to look for Matson on the edge of the area and he got the execution all wrong. Then Aaron Muric having to play chicken in his own centre circle. And Muric again. Just get back in your goal, Ari, if you can. Here's Matinho. Of course, Burnley last season would have booted it away. Now Muric. Got to boot this away, surely. No, he's played a short pass to Cork. There were Norwich players in that vicinity as well. Just got to be careful, really, Burnley, when they're playing out from the back. Norwich with 3 up front could catch them out. 6 minutes gone, Burnley, predictably, with Vincent Kompanys at the helm, having all the possession. But at the moment, still no way through. And this really is, we're having 1 or 2 technical errors, so we'll come back to you soon as we can with the match. But still 0-0 if you've just joined us here on the JB Sports platform, and we're having technical difficulties here at the moment. I do apologise for that. It's always difficult when you're getting technical problems, but we'll persevere and keep at it. What you want here is any of the action, and here we are back live with the action. I do apologise if you are hearing another commentator there, but we are live now with the action, or back live with the action. We just remind you that we are live only on JB Sports tonight. The FA Cup will be on JB Sports as part of the TCO network. We've got 4 live matches for you across 4 different days. One match on Friday night, the Hereford Portsmouth game, and then we've got South Shields against Forest Green. This is in just a week and a half's time, and then Torquay Derby, and then Bracknell Town taking on Ipswich. Those 4 matches will be live, all on the TCO platforms. That includes JB Sports. If you are tuning with us tonight, please comment. And we are going to bring back a feature as soon as we get a break in play. I'm going to tell you about a little feature that we are going to bring back. Yes, Kevin, our Crystal Palace fan, says the games are actually live on TV. It's live on Sky Television in the UK as Angus Gunn takes possession inside his area, can pick it up. No problem. So we've got a bit of an old theme coming to you now in the second half. You guys, again, you, the listeners, are going to choose your player of them. Are going to choose the JBMLTM. Yes, for one night only, the JBMLTM's coming back. The hashtag's coming back. And you guys in the second half, around about the 60th minute, are going to vote for your player man of the match. So what we're going to do, in fact, in the second half, you're going to vote for the player of the match because we're going to put a little poll out on YouTube during halftime when I'm off the air, and then it's up to you guys to choose a player of the match, and whoever gets the most votes will win. Will win the player of the match award. So we might even just get you just choosing who you think's the player of the match, but we'll sort out the voting as the first half goes on, and we'll work it from there. But we might try something a little different tonight, possibly, but we'll soon see. But JBMLTM, the hashtag is back for one night only. Burnley 0, Norwich 0. We've had 10 minutes gone in this championship fixture. Here's Vitinho, the right back, gets it out to Johan Gudmundsson, takes on the defender here, and the ball comes into the penalty area towards the back, stick header one, and it's over the top from Zahori at the back post. It was just outside the 6-yard area as he headed it. Just headed it with a bit too much possible ferocity, but lovely play. Vitinho on the elbow, put a delicious looking ball in, and maybe Zahori just leaning back as he nodded the ball towards goal, and it went sailing over the bar. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us on the TC Hub. Not the TC Hub, JB Sports. I've been part of the TC Hub commentary team now for about 18 months, and I've got used to saying the TC Hub on all platforms. We're on JB Sports. John Stuttard, your commentator for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. As soon as we're done there, we'll join Trevor's live stream later on Trevor Sports. This is Zahori now. 10 minutes gone here at the turf. Zahori twists and turns. Zahori comes one and just wide of the right-hand post. Burnley are getting closer all the time. They've had 4, maybe 5 good opportunities inside the first 10 minutes. And almost a goal there. That would have been a terrific goal. Would have probably topped the one he got at Sunderland here. Zahori tries to curl it. Don't think Angus Gunn was getting anywhere near this. Burnley well on top in this opening 11 and a half minutes here at the turf. Just misses the angle of post and bar by a couple of inches. It's Burnley on top. They've had 3 shots to Norwich's 0. And they're getting closer by the second. The ball back with Angus Gunn. Paul says Zahori's been impressive. Well, he's certainly been impressive in a lot of respects tonight, Paul, in this opening 12 minutes. We nearly had 12 minutes here. Live on JB Sports only. One-off live commentary stream tonight with me, JB, in the commentary box. Turf Moor, Burnley 0, Norwich City 0. Good start from the Clarets here. Playing some impressive stuff. As the ball now is hushed back to Aro Muric. It's been really good. Burnley's top scorer, incidentally, Rodriguez with 6. Rodriguez with 7, rather. Teller with 6. Brownhill 5. His best scoring record so far. And in a Burnley shirt. Benson 2. Zahori 2. Bastian 2. Vitinho 2. And a clutch of players, including Matson, Gudmundsson, Bellis, and Roberts on 1. James Sargent, the top scorer for Norwich from tonight. They're missing Kenny McLean as well through suspension. And a couple of other good players. They do have a proven Premier League striker on the bench in Jordan Hillgill. Came to prominence at Preston North End, of course. Went on to West Ham, where it didn't quite work out for him there, Hillgill. Come to Norwich. Has scored 1 goal this season. Sargent and Pukki have got 14 goals between them this season. 12 goals between the Rodriguez and Teller. This is Zahori now running into the edge of the area. And good patient build-up again from Burnley. Looking very promising in this opening quarter of an hour. Again, the ball goes across the face, but I think it drifted out, and it will be a Norwich City goal kick. Well, we'd like to get your thoughts, folks, on the opening quarter of an hour. How have both teams started? I think it's fair to say, I think we all agree that Burnley have been the better team on the front foot. I think that is for certain. And we'll try and get some scores through Russ's know-how and contacts. He's across the Champions League. We'll try and bring you most of the scores from the Champions League, and of course commentary Rotherham, where it was 0-0 last time we looked. But it's 0-0 here tonight. Busy programme of Champions League, and of course there's a full programme in League One and League Two and the National League and non-league as well. Plenty of football to get our teeth into, and I'll give you the half-time scores as soon as we can. Oh, chance here for Burnley! Out came Gunners. Teller came closing in there on him. And in the end, Cantwell gets it for Norwich. Paul says Burnley have been the better side. Just break off as Spooky was trying to make a little run. Cork with a man on him, which was Cantwell. He slid in, but Cork had the wherewithal to get the ball away. And now the ball back with Harry Murich. Burnley have been the better side, says Paul. The Clarets look good on the ball and are pressing well. Couldn't agree with you more there, Paul. Please if you are on and you're joining us for the first time tonight, you can comment. Keep your comments clean. Otherwise, they will be taken away from you. Otherwise, you will be banned. There are 6 moderators on the JB Sports Network at any one time. So you know, whether it's just a JB Sports exclusive or a TCO game, we have 6, 7 moderators on for any live stream. Let me remind you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you are listening along to our coverage tonight, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel, please, and hit the notification bells. Because we've plenty of good stuff on there. We've got all the TCM stuff for you. We've also got the match. We've got virtual football in PES 21 stuff. We got the match stuff coming up and things like that, and we'll be been editing a lot of those games together. So we're simming some 2021, 22, 23 seasons virtual stuff on there. And of course, there's football previews and my rant about and my views on football in general that come up on here as well. A lot of hard work. It feels like stepping back into old shoes for me tonight. It really does. Here's Matson now on the left-hand side for Burnley. Playing at left back tonight. Got Brownhill for company. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us here on JB Sports. Nice to have you with us. 16.5 minutes gone then. Burnley 0, Norwich City 0 live from Turf Moor. For your listening pleasure. A JB Sports exclusive for YouTube. And it's nice to have you with us. Ball out towards the far side where Zahori will take that now. Aarons is coming across to cover, but Zahori is absolutely twisted him and turned him outside and out and then got the crossing, and Tompkinson managed to get it away with Rodriguez on the scene. Pookie off in pursuit, but Taylor Harwood-Bellis comes across and does really well, and did really well there to find Johan Goodmanson as well, as it turned out. And here's Jordan Bayer now to Ian Matson, and now Jack Cork in the middle of the park. Nathan Teller, 5 goals to his name this season. He finds Goodmanson, who's got 1. Teller makes the run. Teller from the right-hand side, crossing. Rodriguez was there, and it was turned away. I think it was Hanley who got it away. But and Tierney has given a free kick to Norwich. And Ian Matson Sargent went tumbling there. I hope it's just a 3 kick and no more. As we just see the effort there from Teller coming in there, and it was Max Aarons, in fact, rather than Grant Hanley, that got it away. And this is the foul on Sargent by Matson. I don't think he does much wrong, to be honest with you, Matson. I think Sargent goes down and looks for that. Poor play. I think the American has won the free kick there under false pretenses. 18 gone. Burnley 0, Norwich City 0 in the Championship for Tuesday night on JB Sports. Nice to have you with us for this exclusive commentary. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you are new around here. Burnley get the throw. Turf Moor looks a pretty sight under lights. No visiting team as he enjoys coming here on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. Burnley's last game here on a Tuesday or a Wednesday finished 1-1. It was against Stoke, and Burnley led in that game, and then Stoke got a late equaliser. And it was for Burnley's own defensive frailties, really. They have chucked a lot of points away from winning positions, the Clarets. Vincent Kompanys not happy with the officiating so far. Is Rodriguez plays a lovely ball out to Zahori as he takes the ball here on this left-hand side, chips it in. Hanley gets it away. Next couple of games at home, big ones against Sheffield United and Blackburn Rovers on the 14th, on the 13th, and it's sad that they are playing at 12:30 on Remembrance Sunday. I think the EFL could have been a bit more kind in that respect with the scheduling and the television people. I think they could have been a bit more kind to play it on, not on Remembrance Sunday. They could have played it on, like, for example, on a Saturday lunchtime or something like that. Anyway, it's all politics now. We're not going to get involved in politics on this channel. And there's a couple of comments I'll read in a second. UTC says, KCU Gaming, if you're not subscribed with us, KCU, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell, please. We're near enough, 37 people away now from 1,000 subscribers. Yellow card has been given to Max Aarons, by the way. 20 minutes gone. Burnley 0, Norwich City 0 in the Championship. Max Aarons has just been booked here for a foul on Zahori. Clear push. And a free kick it is. Silly challenge, really, when you think about it, in lots of ways. So a Burnley set play. Zahori's looked lively. I think he's been the player of the first 20 minutes for me. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people saying that. Wonder if we've got any Norwich fans on as well in the stream. If we've got any Norwich fans in tonight, let us know and we'll give you a shout out. Anybody will give you a shout out. Ball played in there towards Harwood Bellis from the free kick. It looks as if his shirt was being tugged a little bit, but referee's got to let that go, really. Here's Batinio now. And back to Aro Muric. Halfway outside his penalty area, really. Halfway inside his own half. And here he is. No, it's not. It's Taylor Harwood Bellis. Bayer now to Harwood Bellis. And now Muric has retreated back to his penalty area, thankfully. Plays a nice little chip ball out to the left-hand side. And Ian Matson. I'll sub it, Burnley win. Come on, you can sub now. Come on. Well, Burnley fans must stick together, pal. Ball played out towards the far side. Or at least join in with our man in the match in the second half. Stay with us, though, for the rest of the game. Here's Nathan Teller. Plays the ball forward, but he's been muscled down a bit. And now Norwich can break with James Sargent, the American. But look at that. Commitment from Taylor Harwood Bellis. He's determined to get there first. And boy, my jingles, he got there first. And he's been amazing. 22 gone on JB Sports for Tuesday night. One-off commentary. Exclusive. And don't forget, we've got TCO content on this channel. We've got all sorts of other content as well. As Jordan Bayer hits it away. He wears Jordan on the back of the 36-yard. And look at this. Zahori going forward here. He's looked really impressive. Finds Gudmundsson. Teller's the furthest man forward. This is Nathan Teller now. Just to the right of the penalty area. Teller inside the box. Looking to shoot. And he does with his left foot. But it's straight down the throat of Angus Gunn. And he did really well there. The Norwich City goalkeeper got everything behind it and more. And we just see it again. Teller just getting onto the left foot. It was a tamely hit side-footed shot with the left foot, really. And it was an easy cover there for Angus Gunn in a lot of respects. Burnley concede the throw. Don't forget, we're live to you across the world. If you are abroad in any, I know Paul James is in Canada, but if there's anyone else apart from Paul living overseas, we'd like to hear from you and let me know what you know where you are and what part of the day it is in in your respective country, where at 24 minutes past 8 in the UK, as Pookie goes forward, but the ball chipped forward out of play. Russ reckons Russ has become a closet Norwich fan, has he? Well, Norwich could go in the playoffs with a victory there, as we just see that replay there as the ball was chipped forward. I think it was Todd Cantwell who chipped that forward, but he put a bit too much purchase on it, and in the end, not even the quickest to play from Pookie. It's Jordan Bear makes a good little dash there, and that's a good ball out towards Zahori. Jesse March in, says Paul. The band. Oh, this is like the old days on JB Sports, isn't it? The banter is there in full play, and not a swear word in sight. Please keep your comments clean now. If you've just joined us, here's Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson now plays the ball to Maatsen. Maatsen with one goal this season. That was against Huddersfield on opening night, and what a terrifically taken goal it was too. Got the Clarets off to a fine start. Here he is on the ball now. Zahori is on the touchline. He's hugging that left touchline practically. Has to come inside, mind you. And again, the football is just amazing to watch from Burnley there. Playing the ball around, well, Patino slipped there, and that allows Pookie now on a break here for Norwich. But back comes Jack Cork, Mr. Dependable as ever, to stop Pookie getting forward. And Burnley, every time Norwich try to attack, Burnley are snuffing out the danger every single time. 25 minutes gone here in this championship fixture. Third place, 7th. At the start of play, Burnley could go top outright with a victory. They could go top with a draw tonight, actually, on goal difference, should they get that draw, because they're only 1 point behind QPR and Blackburn Rovers. So if they avoid defeat, they theoretically go top. Here's Harwood Bellis on the ball on halfway. Uses Jack Cork. Now Jordan Beyer has it. Number 36, Maatsen, in support on the left-hand touchline. Plays a ball inside, looking for Jay Rodriguez that time. And at the moment, Norwich, to be fair to Norwich, no, they're defending rather well. No Josh Cullen. He had a slight knock after Sunderland, but couldn't make it in time for tonight's match. Just to remind you of the two benches: Peacock, Farrell, Taylor, Barnes, Roberts, Benson, Bastian, and Dolag fell for Burnley. And for Norwich, Krul, Hugo, Ramsey, Hernandez, Springett, Gibbs, and Hills. And that's a Burnley free kick midway inside. Another yellow card this time for Norwich City. And I don't know who it was, but let's see again on the replay. Teller brought down by Isaac Aiden of former Newcastle player, where he's on loan from Newcastle. Shark tug there on Teller. Paul Tierney booking 2 Norwich City players in the space of about 10 minutes. 27 minutes gone, almost here. Burnley 0, Norwich 0. If you've just joined us late on JB Sports, an exclusive one-off commentary. Jesse March out. I think we're just having 1 or 2 technical difficulties again, but we'll persevere with the game. Just to remind you that now we will see that free kick in a second or two. There we go. Gudmundsson, certainly one of them over there. I can't tell you who the other player might be. Josh Brownhill is the other, but I reckon it'll be a Johan Gudmundsson strike. He scored a terrific goal, you may remember, against Birmingham. The free kick didn't come to much, and it's over on the far side now. Maatsen finds Brownhill. Brownhill has to go back. Just to remind you that it's still 0-0. Burnley have had the better of the opportunities thus far. Taylor is onside. Or in fact, he's offside rather than onside. I think these lines, and there is the assistant there. I think these assistants, as soon as the flag, well, I don't even think he's off there. I don't think he's off at all on that first phase. Definitely off though the second phase, to be fair. But when you get a player who's offside, just put the flag up instantly. Don't confuse the situation by waiting 5 seconds, and then that sort of thing completely utterly winds people up in a lot of ways. And I don't like that at all. It's it just feels wrong to me in so many levels. We want the game to flow. We don't want any accidents or mistakes to be made at any one point. It's we are, we want fairness. As Vincent Kompany appeals for something now, I've just seen off camera. I think it's a free kick to Burnley, is it? Teller was fouled, I think. So another free kick now with 29 minutes almost gone. Teller feeling the full effects of that. Kompany wanting retribution there. Norwich are coming with a tactic to foul everybody else. We've got some updates from the Champions League to bring you in a second or two. Thank you to Russ Byrne for that. We'll come to that in a second because it's Goodmanson with a free kick into the penalty area. Header one and over the top for a goal kick for Norwich. It was Harwood Bellis going forward and nodding that one over the top. Right, Champions League latest scores for you. And Isaac Hayden should have been sent off for a second bookable. Well, you had could have had 2 yellow cards there, but at the end of the day, Burnley still on top. So Champions League updates. These are latest scores. These are very much the latest scores here. So Benfica 1, Juventus 1, Dortmund 0, Manchester City 0, Celtic 0, Shakhtar Donetsk 0, Dinamo Zagreb 0, AC Milan 0, PSG 1, McCarthy Haifa 0, and Red Bull Leipzig 2, Real Madrid 0. Bit of a turn up there. The European champions getting turned over. There's been a goal in the other game involving Coventry and Rotherham, and it's gone to Coventry. Cohen Bramall, after 43 minutes, has put Rotherham a goal up there. So Ross, although he's a Leeds fan, he's also delighted when his hometown team, that's Rotherham United, are doing just as well under new managership these days. And looking to bounce back from a very unfortunate defeat to Hull, where they played their part in a 4-2. Even though they were beaten 4-2, they certainly played their part in a terrific game of football at the New York Stadium on Saturday. Half an hour gone in this one. Still no breakthrough here. And, Burnley have certainly been the better team. There's no question about that. In a lot of respects, it's been tough going for Norwich tonight. Isaac Hayden could have been sent off for 2 bookables, but Norwich still have their full complement of 11. But one thing is for certain, that Hayden will have to try and watch his step from now on in. I mean, there's any doubt or questions about it. It's Burnley have it on this deep inside their own territory here. Harwood Bellis on the ball. Again, Norwich bringing everyone back behind the ball. I think Vincent Kompany will be a little disappointed that the Clarets aren't in front as Teller chases that one. Hanley comes out. Gunn doesn't that convincing, but he got away with it. It will be a Burnley ball. Norwich just teetering a little bit here. They don't have a particularly good record at Turf Moor. Last time they won, by memory, was 2004. And Stan Turnett was the manager of Burnley then, and Nigel Worthington was the Norwich City boss. They've not had too many good, happy days of this Turf Moor. They had won in an FA Cup tie very recently, 2-1. But in league football, they've never tended to do very well here at this stadium. So there's a real opportunity here for Burnley to get 3 points. As Norwich tried to launch an attack, but it comes to nothing. But now they might have a chance to break here with Isaac Hayden. And now number 15 has it, and Sam McCallum, and the ball has been lost there, or nearly lost. Hanley has it now into Hayden, who could have arguably been sent off for 2 bookables, according to Russ. I didn't see the second incident because we had a technical fault. So I haven't seen that back. I'll have to watch that back again on the rerun later as McCallum tries to keep the ball in play, juggles it a little bit and can't keep the ball in play. 33 minutes nearly gone at the turf. Burnley 0, Norwich City 0, and live on JB Sports only for once tonight. Just a one-off, but you know the drill. Anyway, we are live. And any changes in the scoreline, we will update it for you as soon as the ball goes in the back of the net. Well, it's been a first half in the main dominated by Burnley, as you would expect. They've had a lot of the possession. Paul Tierney just telling the Clarets to hurry up here. Here's Vitinho on the ball, just hugging that near touch line, hits it over the halfway line. Gunn now sort of casually kicks that high in the air, a bit of an up and under with Gary Owen, if you like. Here's Matson now coming forward. He's got Teller on the overlap. Nathan Teller, Burnley looking to get many in the penalty area. Jay Rodriguez is in there. Breaks there to Zahori, who struck it, but it was blocked by a Norwich defender. I don't think he hit it that well, to be fair, Zahori. And now Cantwell on the chase. Across comes Jordan Bayer to get it back to Ara Muric. Still 0-0 here, 34 gone. We're in the last 11 minutes of the first half here, and it's been an action-packed first half, but lacking in goals. Burnley, theoretically, with a draw at least, could go top. They're only a point behind QPR and Blackburn. They were first and second, respectively. And even a draw tonight would take them top because they've got a plus 14 goal difference compared to the other two rivals who are above them, who have not got much in the way of goal difference compared to Burnley at the moment. But I think Burnley would like to go top with a win. But if you can have a worst case scenario, a draw would be handy just to take above on goal difference, and we would go outright top on the goal difference, even though we'd have the same number of points as Blackburn and QPR. So we'd knock Blackburn out the top two potentially now, which would be great news. But it's only if Burnley can avoid defeat tonight. 10 minutes to half time. The Clarets 0, Norwich City 0, Clarets and Canaries. Remember, Rotherham leading in that other game. That was a 7:45 kickoff. They're nearing half time in that one. And remember, elsewhere, Man City being held and Celtic being held. Chelsea booked their place into the last 16 of the Champions League. Graham Potter's side winning earlier tonight. Liverpool, Spurs and Rangers in Champions League action tomorrow night. And then it's Manchester United and Arsenal in Europa action. And West Ham and Hearts in UEFA Conference League action on Thursday. At the moment, Burnley just playing nice, crisp passing from side to side. And Norwich, as you can see there, kept a very good shape. 2 banks of 4. Ball played back now. Can Goodmanson keep it in? No, he can't. Just again, didn't have just too much possible purchase on the pass, and in the end, it comes away. But Company now got the coat on. Craig Bellamy is assistant as well. Played together in their time together at Manchester City, of course. There was some silly talk in the media that Company was going to go and join Aston Villa, which was way wide of the mark because they always had their eyes on Unai Emery, the former Arsenal manager, and he has taken the job on now. We broke that to you on JB Sports via the commentary hub last night when Russ and myself were doing the West Ham Bournemouth Monday night game. And a good result for West Ham there, which propelled them 7 places in the Premier League table last night. Yellow card for Jay Rodriguez. Best Burnley player in the book. Half time at the Ricoh Arena. Coventry 0, Rotherham 1. This is what happened. Well, Sargent there maybe looking for that a little bit, but the old card was given. Maybe Hayden getting done for the same crime. I suppose Rodriguez had to have the same. 8 fouls in all committed in the game. 4-4. Burnley have it in their own penalty box, and they're playing chicken with it. Vitinho needs to probably get rid of it and quick at this point because it's been a tough old battle so far. So we've had, nearly 38 minutes of the first half. Rotherham leading at the break at the Ricoh Arena. Burnley have hit that ball aimlessly out of play. The throw is taken back, and it's back with Angus Gunn, who kicks away. So we've had the 38 minutes. And still we await the first goal with a lot of tension in the air. Norwich, very rough and ready side. You wouldn't have thought that in the last meeting. It was Burnley that was a rough and ready side. Norwich playing all the pretty stuff when they last met at Carrow Road. Norwich winning that day 2-0. A result really that Burnley could have ill afforded at that time. As it turned out, they couldn't have afforded because they got the relegation at the end of the season. Although a lot of us thought after that defeat, we thought they'd go down, and then obviously they beat Everton, and then they had another defeat in Sean Dyche, and then we had Mike Jackson. Well, we nearly stayed up. What a brilliant it would have been if we had stayed up, but there you go. Paul did the commentary for the TCO that day, and he did not enjoy that one bit. He tells me on the chat it was not a good day. And of course, I did the other game at the Turf between these two when Tim Krul should have been sent off for GBH, if you remember. I still harp on about that now, 12 months on, and still every time I see it on the reruns on Clarets Plus, it's gut-wrenching to still watch. A year or two on. Burnley's team a lot changed them since those days. Here's Gudmundsson now. We had the likes of Maxwell Cornet and people like that. Burnley have got a free kick just 10 yards from halfway inside their own half. Coming up towards the last 5 minutes of the first half here on JB Sports. Exclusive championship commentary for a one-off. Most of our content now is via the TC Hub. We sometimes do a few occasional one-off games. Here's Nathan Teller on the ball now. I will be doing some cross-promotion. Remember, we've got FA Cup football in just less than a couple of weeks' time now. Here's Teller. Goes to the byline, goes down, looking for the free kick. The ball's out of play. And what's the referee giving here? Is he giving a corner kick, or a goal kick, or what's he giving? Well, it's Cantwell was involved here. Now Cantwell gets none of the ball. That should be a free kick to Burnley. And I think it is. They are lining up for a set piece of some kind. And in fact, I think they have given a corner, but I don't think Cantwell took it. And I think that should have been a free kick rather than a corner. But if Burnley score from this corner, I don't think we'll mind at all. Bayer's forward. Rodriguez is forward. Zahor is in there. Gudmundsson with the corner. It's swung into the area. Not the tallest of men centre-halves that we have at the moment, unfortunately. It comes to Vitinho. Uses Gudmundsson on this right-hand side. Gudmundsson's cross. Dangerous one into the area. And Sargent battling for that. And that's a foul. Definite foul by James Sargent, who, for me, should be going in the book. He had a high foot up there, and I think he should be booked there, the American. Could have easily come through the lad there. Definite foul on Arwood Bellis, and he knew exactly what he was doing there, the American. Top scorer with 8 goals. Burnley got a good free kick repertoire. Gudmundsson, who scored a picture book goal at Birmingham a week ago. Just under a week ago. Nearly gave them 3 crucial points. We'll be behind this one. And if Burnley can get in front before the break, well, what a fillip it could be for them. I would say it was the right foot of Gudmundsson here, I fancy. Left foot of Gudmundsson. Brownhill wants a piece of it as well. Paul Tierney has to make sure that wall is a good 10 yards back. I don't think it's a good 10 yards back at all. Here's Gudmundsson with the free kick. Yeah, too much purchase on it. Went way over the bar. He miscued it a little bit there, and Gudmundsson knows it. Got well underneath it and wasn't going to be troubling Angus Gunn anytime soon with that one. So we've had 9 shots in the game, all to Burnley. Just the one on target, but it's certainly been Burnley on top, but they haven't punished Norwich thus far. But if I could take any positives out of this first half, should it remain goalless going into the break, then I think Burnley have had a good half, just haven't been able to penetrate that Norwich defence enough for me. But Sahori's been bright. Gummarson's looked bright on the right. Coutinho's looked good as well on the ball. That's a foul there. Free kick to Norwich. Jay Rodriguez would do well just to keep his mouth shut at this point, because what Vincent Kompanys doesn't need is for the hometown boy just to get himself stupidly sent off. As Max Aarons now, Robert Tomkinson leads the charge here now for Norwich. Still 0-0. Hanley in possession. Here he is now. Hanley goes back to Angus Gunn. Gunn uses Max Aarons. Tomkinson now Aarons. Norwich really haven't tested Arbro Muric enough for me in this first half. From a neutral point of view, Muric gives it the big bomb, gets it almost towards halfway, flicked on towards the left-hand side, the far side as we look. We're into the last minute of normal time at the end of the first half. I'd like to get everyone's thoughts on the first half so far. How the game you feel has gone. If you're watching us, or you're listening to us, and you've got the television on, you've got the Sky television coverage on, thank you for choosing us and not putting the Sky commentary on. It's the ball chips in there towards Gummarsson. Stays on side. Cross into the penalty area. Another chance possibly for Burnley. Still not away yet from Norwich. Sargent does clear it away now. Up towards Pukki, but Bayer should get there first. And Bayer does well to shield Pukki, who's a tough little customer. And that should be a Burnley throw-in. In fact, it should be a foul there because Pukki pushed his man. And I don't think that should be a Norwich throw at all. 10 seconds to half-time, or 10 seconds to, and then the fourth official, Jeff Altrincham, would or put the board up. I would only wager it'd be about a minute, and it is a minute. I should have had a bet on that. I might have got a few quid. Burnley 0, Norwich 0. So we're playing a minute of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Bayer across, knocks it out of play. Paul says Burnley have played well in terms of possession, but have not created enough. And that seems to be a common theme this season. I must agree. But the positive thing is we haven't given Norwich up till now, touch wood, a sniff. And they go have a corner though, Norwich. So let's see if we can keep this one out and just get to half-time and then regroup and go again. Seven subs allowed in the Championship as opposed to 8 in the Premier League. We'll run through the subs. We'll run through the teams and the subs again in the second half. But that's just, see this corner out first. It's into the penalty area. Coutinho just gives it the big hack away. We played a minute and that's it. The half-time whistle's gone for Mr. Tierney. And Burnley are being held at the break. Norwich really haven't offered much themselves as an attacking outlet. It's all been Burnley, but they just haven't been penetrative enough, really, in terms of the final third. I think Sahori's probably been the best player of the game thus far, but still a stalemate here as we hit the half-time whistle here at the Turf. Remember, Rotherham leading another game. Celtic are being held. Milan are being held. City are being held. Let me just give you some Champions League updates as well, as we just changed the banner on here. So so half-time, it's 0-0. There we go. So half-time there. So these are updated Champions League scores. These are currently in progress. They should be at half-time by now in these games. So just before I leave you for about 10 minutes, let me just give you the Champions League scores. Benfica 3, Juventus 1. Dortmund 0, Borussia Dortmund 0, Manchester City 0. Celtic 1, Shakhtar Donetsk 0. Dinamo Zagreb 0, AC Milan 1. PSG going great guns there. 4-1 up against Maccabi Haifa in Paris. And Red Bull Leipzig 2, Real Madrid 1. Right, anyway, that's it from me for about 10 minutes or so. Stay tuned. We'll have the whole second half for you of Norwich against Burnley. But at half-time here at Turf Moor, we're going to take a short break. As I say, I'll be gone for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll bring you up to date with what's been happening in Leagues 1 and 2 as well before the second half of Burnley-Norwich. Half-time here at the Turf as we leave you for 10 minutes. Burnley 0, Norwich City 0. We'll be back shortly. Hello, welcome back to the turf where Burnley nil, where we currently have Burnley nil, Norwich City nil in the championship. Apologies there if you heard one or two extra noises there, but we are back now, hopefully with the second half in a few moments' time. So 0-0 is the score, as I say. We're looking forward to what could be a really good second half as well. Just having one or two technical errors as well. So we'll run through the other scores as well. It's Burnley, as I say, being held 0-0 by Norwich. We're just having one or two technical issues with the stream, but we'll get back live to the second half in just a second or two. In the meantime, let's see if we can let's see if we can get some later scores coming in. So let's have a look at the latest scores. So Salzburg 1, Chelsea 2. That's a result now. Zagreb and Milan. That's 1-0 to Milan at half time. So those are all half times that are going on at the moment. We've already read those out. So in in League One, let's read those scores. Barnsley 0, Lincoln 1, Bolton Burton 0-0, Charlton 0, MK Dons 0, Cheltenham 1, Morecambe 0. These are all later scores. They're into the second half. Derby 0, Exeter 0, Fleetwood 0, Forest Green 1, Peterborough 2, Aki Stanley 1, Bournemouth 0, Shrewsbury 1, Port Vale 1, Ipswich 2, Portsmouth 0, Oxford 1, Wycombe 1, Cambridge 2. In League 2, Wimbledon 1, Crewe 0, Barrow, Grimsby 0-0, Bradford 1, Swindon 0, Colchester 1, Crawley 2, Doncaster 0, Stevenage 1, Hartlepool 0, Salford 1, Leyton Orient 1, Gillingham 0, Mansfield, Newport 0-0, Stockport, Northampton 2, Sutton 1, Stockport 1, Carlisle 0, Tranmere 1, Rochdale 1, Walsall 3, Harrogate 0. In the National League, Altrincham Oldham 0-0, Bromley Barnet 0-0, Dagenham Redbridge Boreham Wood 0-0. Eastleigh 1, Torquay 0, Maidenhead 0, Solihull Moors 1. Maidstone 0, Southend 2, Scunthorpe 2, Gateshead 1, Wealdstone 0, Notts County 5, Woking 2, Dorking 1, Wrexham 0, Halifax 1. Bit of a shock there at the racecourse. Yeovil 0, Aldershot 0, and York City 0, Chesterfield 1. Are all those scores at the moment. We're still waiting to get going in the Burnley game. We're just having, as I say, one or two technical problems, and we will get back to the action at Turf Moor as soon as we can. And we are waiting to restart the second half. We've just got a few more moments in hand so we can give you the National League North. Alfreton 1, Scarborough 0, Blythe 0, Piper Park Avenue 1, Brackley 1, Boston 0, Buxton 1, Darlington 0, Chester 0, Gloucester 1, Farsley 1, Kettering 0, Hereford and Fylde 1-1, Kidderminster 1, Chorley 0, Kingsland 2, Banbury 0, Peterborough Sports 0, Curzon Ashton 0, and Spennymoor 0, Southport 1. In the National League South, quickly, Braintree 2, Welling 1, Chippenham 0, Hemel Hempstead 0, Dover 0, Concord 2, Dulwich Hamlet 0, Worthing 1, Ebbsfleet 3, St Albans City 0, Hungerford 0, Chestnut 2, Oxford 1, Taunton Town 1, Slough Town 1, Dartford 0, Tunbridge Angels 1, Chelmsford 0, Weymouth 0, Farnborough 1. Scottish Championship, Ayr 3, Partick Thistle 2, that's the latest, and Carnarvon being beaten by the New Saints 2-0, and they've got past halfway in that one.
These are the Norwich City players out for the second half, goalless at Turf Moor, but they were second best in that first 45 minutes.
Apologies there if you heard Steve Wilson there, the main commentator for television, but we're live now, and we're about to get underway then for this second half. If you've been enjoying the game so far, please let us know in the comment section, and we'll also give you an important job to do now in a minute or two, because we're going to tell you about the Player of the Match award, or the JB Man of the Match award. We're going to bring the old thing back, name of the player, and then you hashtag it with JBMLTM. And that's what we're going to do. The old-fashioned way, around about the 60th minute mark, I will remind you, because we haven't done it in about 2 years. So if people have forgotten how to do it, we will tell you how to do it. So around about the 60th minute mark, we're going to open the voting for man in the match. Now, what you've got to do is basically name the player that you think will get man in the match, or you'd like to see get our man in the match supplementary award, and you hashtag it with the hashtag JBMLTM. The referee just checking, and blows his whistle when we're underway. Burnley now attacking the McElroy stand away to my left-hand side. I've got myself a nice cup of tea now for the second half on a cold night here at the Turf. So what you've got to do is basically name another player, and then you hashtag it with JBMLTM, and you've got to make that count. I'm not bothered how you spell it, as long as I get the ballpoint of which player you're voting for, and then I'll have a little tot up in my head, and whoever has the most votes around about the 86-minute mark, I will announce, around about the 90th minute mark, I will announce as man of the match. Okay, so that's what we're going to do from the 60th minute onwards, but I'll tell you exactly when. So you've got a good half hour's window to vote for that man of the match. But not yet. We will start the vote. We'll start it around about the 60th minute, 65th minute, and then you've got a good 25 minutes to vote and get as many votes as we can. So nice to have you with us. Don't forget those Champions League scores that I read out. They're still half-time. They're just starting the second half in those. And those full programming leagues 1 and 2. Just 2 games in the Championship. The other game still 1-0, I believe, to Rotherham. No foul there in the centre of the park. Sargent, I think, looking to try and buy a free kick again off Mr. Tierney. And Pookie's got away from Jordan Bayer for the first time. This could be real trouble here for Burnley. Ball knocked across, and there's a chance here for Canwell. And Canwell kicked off the line by Gudmundsson. A real scare for the Clarets at the start. Norwich have come out really all guns blazing there. And Todd Cantwell was earning an ace of putting the Canaries into the lead in a game, really, they haven't really deserved to be anywhere near winning, let alone in it. And that would have been the typical footballing equivalent of the sucker punch. Burnley at 6s and 7s, and the first time that Jordan Bayer has been done at the back, and almost cost Burnley a goal there. Muric wasn't very convincing in his goalkeeping, and it needed, I think, Harwood Bellis, was it on the line to hook it out? I haven't seen a replay, so I'm making guesses of who clicked it off the line. But anyway, Norwich on top at the start of the second half. Court goes in, no foul, says Mr. Tierney. Now he decides to blow about 15 seconds after the challenges took place. You never make the decision on the spot, Mr. Tierney, or you don't. Aarons is probably looking for that. I thought it was a perfectly good tackle by the Burnley captain. Paul Tierney didn't seem to think that way, and it took him about 15 seconds to work it out. Well, let's have a look again. He gets the ball. Aarons has calmed the referee there, and I've got to say, that's a fair tackle. And yet the referee, for some reason, takes about 10, 15 seconds to make his mind up and decides, well, actually, I think I'll give Norwich a free kick. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous from the referee. Right, let's have a look at this Norwich chance again while we're waiting for this free kick to be lined up. It was Pookie now going forward. It's a good ball in there, deflected. Now, who got it off the line? It was actually Johan Berg Gudmundsson, not Taylor Harwood Bellis. Gudmundsson here, full marks here. First of all, he does well to put off Cantwell, and then Muric comes out, doesn't do enough, and Gudmundsson gets in the right place at the right time. That's the free kick comes in, and it's sucked away. It will be a goal kick to Burnley, and it would have been an injustice if Norwich had scored from that set piece for Grant Hanley, because I don't even think it was a free kick in the first place. It was pointing towards the back post, and Hanley was there, but he miscued it. So a goal kick it is to Burnley, but that was a poor decision from Paul Tierney. It's got to be said. That's good. And that's looked a foul there on Brownell. But it's play on, and it's Cantwell now for Norwich, but Cork's in there to intercept. Burnley not getting the rub of the green of any decisions at the start of the second half. Maybe Tierney trying to maybe even things out, possibly. But now Burnley on the attack now, and they need to get Nathan Tella going down that flank. And that looks a clear push there by Tompkinson on and the line. Look at that. And I think the referee's going to take action against Tompkinson here. The ball gone out of play, and Paul Tierney here is making a run for his own back at this stage. Talla was clearly pushed, regardless of whether the ball was out or not. And Paul Tierney here is making himself a real iron rod for his back here. Tompkinson clearly pushed Tella over. He knew exactly what he was doing, regardless whether the ball had gone out of play or not. That cannot be allowed. That is a foul in my book. You cannot do that. Tompkinson knew exactly what he was doing. The ball had not gone out at that point, and Tella was taken out. And that, in my opinion, should be a bookable offence and a free kick to Burnley. And he's given neither, Mr. Tierney. And I think that's very rank poor refereeing in my book. Anyway, Gudmundsson has won it back for Burnley down the right-hand side. Can Burnley dish out the order by Bundesliga? Rodriguez is in there. He'll drop to Brownhill inside the penalty area. Brownhill, as he took to, he hits it across the face of goal, and he hits it wide. Maybe, just maybe, Josh Brownhill maybe took a tad too long there. But never mind. But Burnley reacted positively to a couple of the injustices that Mr. Tierney has given against them. There's a goal update in the Champions League. Zagreb 0, Milan 2. They needed a goal. They needed a win tonight, Milan. And they have that goal now. Burnley could do with a goal. Being frustrated by Norwich, and in the first 5 minutes of the second half by the referee, who's given some rank decisions. And here come Norwich again with Nunes, but he's lost possession that time now. And Bayer, he gets a second bite. He's very lucky there. In fact, the referee gives Burnley a free kick, I think, and I think he's going to just hold the play back. Benfica have gone 4-1 up against Juventus in the Champions League. Another goal update in the Champions League. All happening elsewhere, apart from here. Burnley 0, Norwich 0. Here's Taylor Harwood Bellis up towards the halfway line. Looks to hit a pass over the top, looking to Brownhill. Brownhill can't control it. Can Zahouri reach it? The answer is no, obviously. But Brownhill is lying down, and that looks very serious to me. Josh Brownhill was on his side, and there's another player gone down as well. It's Max Aarons. He's come off the least out the two. He's on his feet, but Brownhill has stayed down. Well, Josh Cullen already out. Burnley could ill afford Josh Brownhill coming out at this stage. Just to remind you of the two lineups, just to remind you at this stage, well, we've got a break in play. We've got, right, so the 2-11s as stand. We could have a substitution here if Brownhill isn't too good. And it was just accidental, really. There was nothing Aarons did wrong there. So it's Aaron Muric in goal for the Clarets. Matinho, Harwood Bellis, Bayer, and Matson at the back. Jack Cork and Josh Brownhill currently are the two holding midfielders. Johan Gudmundsson, Nathan Teller, and Anas Sahori are the midfield forward three, with Jay Rodriguez up front, who's the top scorer with 7 goals. For Norwich, Angus Gunn in goal, Max Aarons, Grant Hanley, Jonathan Tompkinson, Sam McCallum are the back four. Gomez Sara, Isaac Ayton, and Nunes, Marcelino Nunes are the midfield three, and it's 3 up front with Sargent, Pookie, and Catwell. James Sargent, Timo Pookie, and Todd Cantwell up front. On the bench for the Clarets, Peacock, Farrell. The free kick goal kick's been taken by Norwich. Peacock, Farrell, Taylor, Barnes, Roberts, Benson, Bastian, and Drabogo. As for Norwich, Krul, Ugo, Ramsey, Hernandez, Springett, and Gibbs and Hills. So there are the reminders of the two sides. Remember, Norwich haven't won a league game at Turf Moor since 2004, when they were promoted as champions under Nigel Worthington. Burnley just survived that year, and Stan Turnan's final season as Burnley manager, bringing to the end of 6 years of a really nice tenure there, when they just missed out on the playoffs in the Championship twice. A promotion in 2000, of course, when Glenn Little scored that fantastic goal at Scunthorpe. Here's Zahori now for the Clarets. Ball back into the 6-yard box. Rodriguez controls it. Brownhill's inside the box. Brownhill shoots off balance. It will be a corner. Did go behind. McCarthy Arbor pulled a goal back in Paris. 4-2 now to PSG. McCarthy Arbor making a little bit of a fight of it there in the Parc des Princes in the Champions League. Burnley have a corner here at Turf Moor. We've had 10 minutes almost of the second half. It feels after a good start for Norwich in the second half, it's back to the status quo. There's all sorts of things going on. McCallan's been spoken to by the referee. I wonder if he's done something that we didn't see. There's a sign there in the background wanting Ian Matson's shirt. Nathan Teller and McCallum are being called over. Now, I wonder what McCallum was doing here. Well, McCallum had the ball. He kicks it away and then tangles with Teller. Well, we'll look back at that later. Corner comes in. Gunn under no great pressure punches it. Mamesi didn't catch that, to be fair. Here's Cork now. Man, invite more Burnley pressure here. Gets away from Sargent. Rodriguez is on the scene. And he gets away from Pookie as well. Cork plays across him, but it's charged away. Ratinho should get it back to Ariel Muric, and he does. Muric way out of his goal again. Got the tights on as well. So just to remind you, goal from Milan. They're 2 up against Zagreb. Benfica 4, Juventus 1. And PSG now 4-2 ahead against McCarthy Harbour, who just pulled a second goal back. All happening elsewhere, all over Europe tonight, but not here in East Lancashire. As the rain starts to come down here, as Bayer has possession. Looks for Harwood Bellis. Bellis plays a nice ball out there. Vitinho, has he kept it in? Yes, he did. Sargent is on, Cantwell, on the scene. He's had Norwich's best chance and he's fouled his man. It's a free kick to Burnley in another promising position. And they just need one break here, Burnley, and they could well be in front. They've tended to play a lot better in the second half of games. Just remember, they were 2-0 down at half-time against Sunderland on Saturday and came back and scored 4 unanswered goals to win, to win the game 4-2. So you never know. To apologise there. A bit of my tea there went down the wrong hole in my throat. So just apologies there if you heard me just coughing slightly. Celtic have equalised against Shakhtar Donetsk. Free kick comes in and headed away by Grant Hanley. Celtic 1, Shakhtar Donetsk 1. In fact, Shakhtar have equalised, rather, I beg your pardon, against Celtic. So it's 1-1 there, up at Celtic Park. Celtic and Rangers already out the Champions League, so they're playing really not just for pride, but for a possible third place and a Europa Cup spot in the second half of the season. So there's still all to play for there for Celtic and for Rangers tomorrow. But to be fair, I think Celtic and Rangers were handed very tough groups. They were in the fourth part of their respective league, but it was good to have 2 Scottish sides in the group phases of the Champions League, considering their budgets and that compared to the other teams in the last 32 of the Champions League. I think it's very good going that they've actually made it to the last 32, Celtic and Rangers. Good on them. Even though they might end up not achieving getting to a knockout round in the competition, they can get to a Europa League thing, then that's an achievement in itself. Burnley no, Norwich no. Nathan Teller has been spoken to here. Now, he wants words, I think, with Teller, is it? Or I don't know why he's wanting Teller to come across. Paul Tierney needs to get his hand out of his backside, and he's booked Teller. Well, I don't know what he's booked. There's been a tango off the ball between Teller and Hanley. I've just sussed it out because there's a telltale sign here. Look, Hanley's got, well, I have to say, Teller reacts. But Hanley starts it by holding in there and then barging him off the ball there. I think for those two, I think Hanley should be seeing red for that. Ridiculous that Hanley should get away with that. Later scores in the Champions League. Benfica 4, Juventus 1. Dortmund City 0-0, so at least we're in good company there. Celtic 1, Shakhtar 1. Zagreb 0, Milan 2. PSG 4, McCarthy Haifa 2. And Leipzig still leading Real Madrid 2-1. The European champions being beaten. What a turn-up that could be in Leipzig tonight. Be a statement win for the Red Bull German side there if they could win the game. We've had 5 yellow cards, 2 for Burnley, 3 for Norwich. Matson slips. That's a bit. And now it's allowed Sargent in now for Norwich. Burnley have got to just stay disciplined now. can ill afford to make mistakes. Still lots of time left in this game. We're about 4 or 5 minutes. We're going to start the voting for player JB man of the match around about the 65th minute. Of course, when we do the TCO, it's usually the commentator or the co-coms that choose the player of the match. But we're only doing this as a one-off. So we'll have the JB MLTM back just for one night only. And let's hope it's a Burnley man that wins the reward. That would be nice. Zara knocks the ball out of play, and it's Burnley throw. It's back with R.O. Muric. So we're now approaching an hour gone then. Milan have gone 3-0 up in Zagreb. Zagreb 0, AC Milan 3. Bear with the ball now for Burnley. Plays it to Zahori. Zahori, can he work a bit of magic on that left-hand side? Zahori takes on Aarons. They're both quick guys, and Aarons just comes out on top there and wins the free kick there for Norwich. Played an hour. Still the deadlock yet to be broken in this game. Any other game around Europe that's goalless is that game between Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City. So much attacking intent. We're going to see Hernandez come on, number 25. So Norwich playing their first joker in the pack. As they want to bring on big bulky player. Ross, well, he likes to say, I hope he enjoyed. Well, I think everyone enjoyed the game last night. It was a really good game and a very good commentary from Russ. He did a really good job there. I was listening to some of the commentary, and it was a really good game, describing it very well. And how improved Russ's commentary has been on the TC Hub these last couple of seasons, and on all platforms. He's been good on JB Sports over the years. Very much a favourite with us here on this channel and on TC Hub and on Trevor Sports as well. Trevor's doing a live stream as well, but I'll be joining that a little bit later on because we have a match to get through here. Burnley have got a throw in, incidentally. And good result for West Ham that last night. They needed it. Well, theoretically, Burnley are going top on goal difference as things stand, but I'm sure they'd like to do it by winning it tonight. Todd Cantwell is going off, so now Hernandez is going to come on. So I think it's like for like. I have to say, out of all the Norwich players, I think Todd Cantwell has probably been the best Norwich player out the 11 that started. So maybe he's picked up a little knock or something, or maybe he just wants to put a few fresh legs on. We're going to see a Burnley sub on. I'm guessing that's Emmanuel Benson that's going to come on for the Clarets, who comes off the bench and makes a real big difference to the Burnley side. That's come on in games that has really changed the game in Burnley's favour. Maatsen, who's had a decent game. Zahori keeps it in on the near side. And now Maatsen. Got himself stupidly sent off a couple of months ago in that ill-tempered 3-3 draw against Lancashire rivals Blackpool. And here's the ball now to Bertinho. Uses Johan Gudmundsson. Good to see him back fit again and getting some regular game time now, Johan. Maybe time from Charlton when Burnley went up to the Premier League in 2016. It was a double sweep with him and for Nick Pope. And they cost a combined total, those two players alone that year, of £2 million for the pair of them. Massive, probably two of the biggest bargains of all time. Johan Berg Gudmundsson, when he's been fit, has been top quality. And we all know about Nick Pope since he went to the Burnley and then has moved on to good things for England. And now for Newcastle, shot comes in and wide of the target. Gudmundsson with the shot. The aforementioned Gudmundsson with a shot with the left-hand side. And I think it's him that's going off, actually. Done really well with Johan Gudmundsson. He's played a good part, but now it's time for Emmanuel Benson to take the fray. And when he's come on in games, Burnley have tended to really like the blue touch paper. He's made things happen when he's come on as a substitute. He's probably a super sub, but he's a really good player. Excellent to watch. seen him I've seen him many, many times as a fan, as a Burnley fan, and I like the look of him. He's a really sound, solid player. Now I get the opportunity to commentate on him here tonight, so looking forward to calling his name a few times this evening. As Matson now comes in, that certainly came off Josh Sargent last, and that will be a Burnley throw-in. So we're about just under a minute away from opening the voting for the JB Man of the Match. So I'm going to say this only once, folks. I will say it again later on if people come on late and that. But to those already on, I'll just remind you of what I'm requiring to do. What I want you to do in the live chat, folks, is put the name of the player you want to see, and it can just be the surname. I don't mind. And if you spell it slightly wrong, it doesn't matter neither. Free kick is going to be Burnley's on the far side. So what I want you to do, we're on off this. So basically, we're about 10 seconds away from opening the voting. In fact, we'll open the voting right now. So what I want you to do now, guys, we're now at the 65th minute mark. For the next 25 minutes, all I want you to do is have a good little think. Select the player that you think is worthy of our award. As we just break off for a moment. This Benson sends that in, and it's behind for a corner. And then what you do when you... Just to finish off what I'm saying, all you've got to do, so when you've selected your player, for the vote to count, you've got to hashtag it with the hashtag JBMOTM. Okay, it's important that you put that at the end or the start of the vote, the nomination. Okay, so the name of the player, and you hashtag it with JBMOTM. Brownhill's corner from the near side, headed away by Hanley. That will be a Burnley throw-in, level with the 6-yard box of Norwich. Hanley, who could have arguably been sent off for tangling with Teller. Dirty defender. Played down the M65 for the other lot. Never had a good... Scored the winning goal, actually, in the FA Cup tie a couple of years back, which didn't go down too well in these parts, considering his past connections with a certain club down the M65. Here's Taylor Harwood-Bellis to hook a ball forward, and it's a good one, looking for the run of Sahori. Sahori's got Brownhill in the middle. Sahori will tease his man. It comes off Aaron's, and it's a corner to Burnley. Corner to Burnley now. You get your thinking caps on for man in the match, but make sure for the vote to count, name of the player, and you hashtag it with the hashtag JBMOTM. Corner to Burnley then. We've had nearly 67 minutes gone here at the Turf. Here comes the corner from Brownhill towards the back post. Rodriguez is up. They appealed half. There was a half appeal there for possible hands. Coutinho sends it into the mixer once again. Drops to Matson, who shoots, deflects. They appeal. Well, Norwich appeal and offside. Ball's been kept in play here by Aarons. 67 minutes gone. Burnley nil. Norwich City nil. Norwich have won a free kick. And they can have a little bit of respite as far as that's concerned. So 67 minutes gone. Burnley nil, Norwich nil. Yeah, definite foul there on Aarons. There he is. Just trotting towards the camera. There's going to be another change. Number 46 here. Gibbs is about to come on for Norwich. As Matson does well under pressure, knocks it forward, looking for the run of Teller. Nathan Teller on loan from Southampton. A lot of Southampton fans were very surprised with Ralph Husenödel let him go on loan for the season. They think so very highly of him at Southampton at St Mary's. In fact, when the club, when Burnley Football Club announced him earlier this summer, they did an announcement video based on Bruce Forsyth's Generation game, which was quite exciting. And they used all sorts of Ellers in the conveyor belt as Norwich go forward, and it's a corner to them. There's been a goal in the game at Coventry. Gustavo Hamer, back from injury, has got commentary level at the Rico Arena. Coventry 1, Rotherham 1. No goals here, but Hernandez is now on, and it's going to be a corner kick. Sara to take it from the far side here. And he swings it out. Swinger there. Rodriguez is up. Burnley a little bit frailty up. Oh, that's a bad challenge on Rodriguez. And referee Tierney will have to surely revisit that. That looked a clear foul of Jay Rodriguez to me by the Norwich City player, and I can't tell who it was. It looks like Max Aarons to me. Jay Rodriguez, I'm pleased to report, he's limping slightly, but he's okay. No doubt about it that the Norwich player went in to make that challenge, and I think Paul Tierney should be booking the Norwich player, despite the fact that he's injured. And that's not me being cruel, that's just me being honest. And judging what I saw, the Norwich player is quite seriously hurt, and he's only himself to blame, really, in a lot of respects. Just went with the intention of taking out Jay Rodriguez. So we've got a stoppage here. Could be an head injury as well, potentially. Yeah, you've got to take your time with these head injuries these days under the FIFA protocol. It's a bit of a concern here for Dean Smith. I'm not 100% certain it's Max Aarons, but one thing is for certain, there is a Norwich player down. I'm not sure, as I say, I'm not sure who it is. J Rod and Grant Hanley there having a bit of banter there in the middle of the park. J Rod is a tough lad, he'll be okay. Don't worry, Burnley fans. Jay Rodriguez is still very much alive and kicking, and it is Max Aarons. He's just been helped to his. So he's been helped to sit up. Now this is what happened here. Rodriguez goes to win the ball. He has possession of the ball. Aarons comes charging in and takes him out. And in that, look, Aarons there just body checks him there. He's come off worse as it turns out. He's gone there with the intention of taking out Jay Rodriguez. We're inside the last 20 minutes here at Turf Moor, still 0-0. Max Aarons has got double vision. I don't think he may be able to continue here, which could be good news for Burnley in a lot of respects, despite the fact that he's not even picked up a caution for this. Norwich are preparing a substitution, but they may well have to rethink at this stage. Gibbs is a player that's waiting to come on there. Burnley are winding up a couple of changes. In fact, Max Aarons is okay. He's going to try and see how he goes now for the next sort of 5 minutes. See how it goes here. And Aaron's actually quick in there to win the ball off Batson. That was good thinking by him. And in fact, he's won the free kick. Now, why? That really winds me up, really. Aarons has won a free kick for absolutely nothing, but yet when he commits a foul on Jay Rodriguez, there's nothing given against him. Paul Tierney must be sick in the head, quite honestly. There's been a goal in the game at commentary, and it's a good news for Rotherham United. Connor Washington, the former QPR player, has scored for Rotherham, 2-1. As we see a substitution there, Connor Roberts, the Welshman's going to come on for Patino. He's not quite happy about being substituted, but Connor Roberts has got a lot to prove because he was at fault for the 2 Sunderland goals that went in. Nathan Teller's also coming off, and I can tell you that, let's have a look. I heard Zerbus comes on. I can't pronounce his name, but I'm going to have a go at it. If he scores the winner, I'm going to be a bit red-faced. So Derbescu is going to come on. I'm going to just pronounce it like that and then find the correct pronunciation at a later date. And Max Aarons is not okay at all. I don't think he's going to continue any further. He has to come off at this point. There's no way in the world he's going to have to. He can continue. There's no chance in the world he's going to have to continue. Norwich are going to be down to 10 men, and they're going to have to bring a sub on at this point. As Dean Smith chews a toothpick there. In fact, Norwich will bring on that substitution. It looks like Gibbs will come on in the end. Paul James says, I butcher names too. I'm so bad. Well, you're not a commentator with 6 years experience behind him. Mind you, I didn't know much about the players. Anyway, whilst all this is going on, Isaac Hayden has gone off and Liam Giggs has come on. So we assume we thought it was for Max Aarons. It obviously isn't. Aarons looks like he's going off. And in fact, it is Aarons off and Gibbs on. The EFL graphics people, they're getting things badly wrong tonight. They're confusing the commentator here at Turf Moor. Anyway, 0-0. I'll give you some Champions League updates as soon as we get a break in play. We're inside the last quarter now. Don't forget the Now and a Match Award. Name of the player, and you hashtag it with JBMLTM. The player with the most votes wins. Burnley get the decision. So please start getting your thinking caps on. You've got 15 minutes now to vote. We've been going for about 10 minutes and no one's voted yet. So let's get your thinking caps on, folks. You're choosing the man of the match tonight. Name of the player, and you hashtag it with JBMLTM. We're bringing it back as a one-off. Come on, get involved, everyone. I'll bring you those scores as soon as we get a break in play here at Turf Moor. Burnley 0, Norwich 0 if you just joined us on the TCO. Remember, you've got the man of the match vote as well. Paul James has said Sahori, and he's hashtagged it with a JBMLTM. He has set the standard for tonight. Offside against Sargent's free kick. So Sahori leads the man of the match vote. He has 1 vote. Burnley have a free kick. We've got a quarter of an hour to go. Good choice, I think, Sahori at the moment. Burnley being held here by Norwich. It's been a tight game. It's been at the best, sometimes scrappy. Burnley have had a lot of the play, but just haven't been able to penetrate the stubbornness of the Norwich City defence. Zahori has got 2 votes. Russ has voted for him, and he's also done the JBMLTM as well. Yes, it's back for one night only, folks. Here's Benson. Can he create something here for the Clarets? It's Jack Cork on the ball here for Burnley. Still 0-0 here. Ball played out towards Zahori, who's got 2 votes for our man of the match award. And at the moment, it's just a night of frustration for the Clarets. Bayer has possession. Finds Harwood Bellis. Connor Roberts telling him to go forward if he can. Gets it into Jay Rodriguez. Good football again. Rodriguez continues to run. He's inside the box, but he's having to retreat outside again onto the right-hand side. Uses Benson rather. No, big chance here for Burnley if they can work something here. They're going to get a free kick here and against them there. And a yellow card now. I think that's rather harsh against Jack Cork. I don't think that was a... Let's see if it was a free... Well, it was a definite free kick. Yeah, it's a professional foul. I can understand why Paul Tierney's giving that against Hernandez. Craig Walker has said, despite the fact that he's only been on about 5 minutes, Benson for man of the match. It does count because he has put the hashtag in. So well done to you, Craig. I will get a chance to read those Champions League scores out as soon as we get a break in play, folks. Craig, if you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notifications, please. We're only about 35 or so subscribers away from hitting that magical 1,000. And it would be wonderful if you could do that for us tonight. Well, to contribute towards that tonight. Header back by Bayer to Muric. Right, the Champions League scores. I'm going to have to give these quickly. Benfica 4, Juventus 1. Dortmund 0, Manchester City 0. Celtic and Shakhtar 1-0, 1-1. Zagreb 0, Milan 4 now. PSG have increased their lead to 6-2 against McCarthy Haifa. And Red Bull Leipzig still hanging on, winning by 2-1. Oh, hello, Dom. We've got Jordan Bayer down injured here. This is a real problem here. So Charlie Taylor looks like he's going to have to come in. He has played centre-back this season for Burnley. Jordan Bayer will not continue. I just saw Sanders in another goal in the game against Benfica and Juventus. That's 4-2. I don't know who scored. We're just getting these off Russ. And we're just giving out scores and not scorers. But no one scored in this game. Thus far. But I'm just having to read these out very quickly because despite the fact that it's a 0-0, there's so much happening. You can hardly take your eyes off this. So we've got 2 votes for Zahori, 1 for Benson. We're 12 minutes away. I am pleased to report that Bayer is on. I think Bayer won't be okay, but Taylor has actually put his tracksuit top back on. He's put his coat on. Looks like Bayer is going to be okay to continue, folks. I'm pleased to report that he's rejoining the game and he looks a lot better than he was a couple of minutes ago. It looked like he was going to be going off, but he's staying on. Bayer is okay. Benson making a good run down this right-hand channel, faced by McCallum. Now then, can he whip a good ball here? the young man. He's a good player, this Benson. He uses Roberts, now uses Cork. And Benson's in behind, but loses his balance. It's going to be a goal kick to Norwich. 79 minutes gone, still 0-0. Ball knocks forward, and it was just... well, it's all happening in Portugal tonight, isn't it? Benfica 4, Juventus 3. What a match that's turning out to be. So, another goal back for Juventus. Could we have a 4-4? At the moment, I can't tell you who scored. What I can tell you is that Juventus have pulled another goal back to 4-3. We're concentrating on the last 10 minutes here now. Any goals that go in, we will tell you about it, but we will not have the time to tell you the scorers or anything else. Here's Matson coming forward for the Clarets. Matson now virtually on track. Will he go for goal? No, he'll lay it in there. Shot comes in from Connor Roberts, who can score from that sort of range. Roberts again takes on McCallum, wins it for pace. I mean, Roberts plays it in. Handball, penalty for Burnley. It's a penalty for Burnley. Handball by Grant Hanley, and Paul Tierney has got it spot on. The Clarets with 10 minutes to go have a penalty kick, and who knows now? There is no VAR in the Championship, and Hanley can debate it until May if he wants. He's not going to change Mr. Tierney's mind. It's a terrific decision from the referee. It's a penalty all day long. Here it is again. Oh, yes, outstretched hand. It's a penalty. Every day of the week, you've got your arms out. It doesn't matter if they're down by the side. That is a penalty for me. There is no defence against that. Doesn't matter if there's VAR there or not. 9 times out of 10, you get them as a penalty. And Hanley now may have to face the consequences because the hometown boy is going to take the penalty against Angus Gunn. 81 minutes gone. Right-footed. Jay Rodriguez scored against West Brom when we covered him for the TC Hub. Can he do it again here on JB Sports Live? He steps up, right-footed, scores! Down the middle! Down the middle! And Burnley going ahead, and they deserve that! They absolutely, utterly deserve it! Jay Rodriguez, the hometown boy, breaks the deadlock with 9 minutes of the second half remaining. And as things stand here, the Clarets are going top! This is great news for every Burnley fan in the land! Burnley 1, Norwich City 0. Gunn went to his right as he looked. The ball went central, and Burnley deserve this. They've been the better team. There is no question about it. And if it stays the same, the Clarets are going top by 2 points. And what a fillip that is when you've got key games against Sheffield United and Blackburn Rovers to come. That is a crucial blow for the Clarets. And Hanley holds his head in shame. The Clarets deserve to be ahead. Jay Rodriguez, one of Burnley's own, the hometown boy, scores the goal that could send the Clarets 2 points clear at the top. But that's just a word of caution, though. Word of caution, there's still another 7.5 minutes plus injury time to go. So Burnley have got to stay switched on. Let's look at the shot count. 15 for Burnley, 3 for Norwich. Only 2 on target, but one of them was that penalty just scored then by Jay Rodriguez, the hometown boy. Now it's all about hanging on in there and making sure that Burnley do not concede. They have had a tendency in recent weeks to concede late goals. They did it as recently as last Wednesday when they let in a late one against Birmingham City. They cannot afford to do that now. But that could be a crucial blow that for Burnley if they do hang on. There's another change being prepared by Dean Smith, and it's Norwich's appalling league record at Turf Moor about to continue as well. There's been another goal in the Championship. Gutierrez with a penalty has levelled the count for commentary against Rotherham. Heartbreak for the Millers, it looks like here. Might only be a point when it looked all free. Shot comes in from Zahori, trying to repeat the goal he got against Sunderland. But it wasn't to be that time, and a goal kick has been given for Norwich. But A great moment there for Burnley. They needed that as well. It just needed a piece of luck. And Paul Tierney, what a decision that was. A great decision from Mr. Tierney. He's been a bit off the beaten track tonight in one or two of his decisions, especially at the start of the second half where he started giving everything to Norwich, trying to maybe just a play to even things out a bit, but it was a definite penalty. That looked like a foul there on Benson, and the referee hasn't spotted it. And if Norwich score here, there will be uproar. Here comes the shot coming in. It's over the top, thank God, from Nunes. But I tell you what, there would have been uproar there if that had gone in, because it looked a clear foul on Benson on halfway. Norwich are going to make a change, and it's Jordan Hugo who's going to come on. The former Preston striker. Marcelino Nunes, that shot there, that was his last contribution. So it looks like Norwich are going to try and use everything that they can to test Burnley now. They're going to have to throw the kitchen sink, but the more players Norwich pour forward will make them susceptible to the counter-attack. Charlie Taylor is going to come on, and so too, it looks like number 26 here, Bastian. So it looks as if... Ramirez, there goes a anxious moment or two there, but it's hooked away by Bayer. Still 5 minutes to go. And so far, we got 2 votes for Sahore and 1 for Benson. And you've still 5 minutes to change all that. Will J. Rodriguez going to vote? Remember, if you haven't voted already, name of the player you want to see win our Man in the Match award, and you hashtag it with JBMLTM, you've got 4.5 minutes to vote. And then the voting will close, and then I'll announce the winner around about the 90th minute mark. Remember, you only get 1 vote on the JBMLTM, or you used to get the 1 vote, and the rules remain the same to this day. One-off commentary here on JB Sports only. Here it goes. Burnley off in pursuit of a second goal. They're not throwing too many men forward, and there's still a chance. The second one, is it? No, it's wide. It's been prodded wide by Connor Roberts after some good work there by Davoso as well. But no, come on. We're not having that, Craig. Take that. I'm going to have to take that down. I'm going to have to remove that comment, I'm afraid. We can't do that, I'm afraid. Let's keep the comments clean. As we just have a look at that again. A definite penalty. I need to read messages that are... And you've already voted, Craig, by the way. But let's look at the J. Rodriguez goal again. Just looking at that. Okay, that's fine. But J. Rodriguez, good penalty, that. Terrific penalty. And that could be the one that gives Burnley 3 points. He's off along with Sahore, who looks like being our man in the match, sponsored by Commentary Services. Well, not really, because that's only for TCM matches. I'm so used to it. Anyway, Samuel Bastien is on. But we're 3 minutes away from the end of the vote. If you've already voted, don't vote again. I'm a Burnley fan. Can you not tell? The hometown boy. The clue's in the commentary. When that penalty went in, you should have told. I should have told you. I know everything about Burnley and anyone else on the TCM network that I normally work on. So there we go. But even if it doesn't matter what team you support, if there's any bad comments, they will be retracted and taken down. And thank you for doing that for me, Craig. Or for Dom, sorry. I know it's Dom. It just says Craig on there, so I just read out what comes up on our screen. 2 minutes plus injury time to go. Anyway, let's just concentrate now on the game. Now, if you haven't voted for player of the match, please do. Name of the player, hashtag it with JB MLTM, please. Oh my goodness me, could be a problem here. Buki, great save! Great save by Aaron Mirich. Still not away yet. Sargent has possession. Back to number 46, Gibbs. Gets it in there, and Mirich decisively the catch. And that could be a match-winning save from Aaron Mirich. He's come under fire from sections of the Burnley support. But my goodness, has he Won a few back there, that save. That's a cracking save, that, from Aaron Murex. Pukki, normally 9 times out of 10, snaps them up, but Murex made himself big and got 2 brilliant hands behind it. And what an amazing save. That could win it for Burnley. Still time left for Norwich, though. Angus Gunn gets it forward. Burnley looking to avenge the injustices of last season when they should have won the game at Turf Moor when the referees made some bad decisions. It was Kevin Friend last year. But Paul Tierney, if it goes to form now, will be a hero in Burnley tonight. And maybe justice warranted this crazy game will be done. And Hanley could have had a penalty against him a year ago too, for pushing and shoving and all sorts of things. At 12 months on, he has had a penalty given against him. And Jay Rodriguez, with his 8th of the season, no less, has punished him now. So he's now moved on to the same tally of goals as Josh Sargent for Norwich. We're now at the 90th minute mark almost here. I will read your comment, Paul, in a second. But now just to tell you now that Zahouri Anasanori is our man of the match. Is the JB man of the match. 5 added minutes given by Jeff Eltringham, the referee, the 4th official. So 5 more minutes to go. So the man of the match vote is closed. Zahouri is our man of the match. Well done to him. And we haven't changed the score at all at the moment, so we better change that very quickly. As Burnley lead Norwich by a goal to 0. We got a little bit carried away. We didn't change the scoreline. But it is 1-0. As we now go towards the end of the game here. There we are. Let's change it now. So we're back. We've changed it now as Norwich are denied in search for their equaliser. In fact, they've got a corner. So, Ayatollah, nice to have you back, sunshine. Come and join us for the TCF games if you can. We're transmitting TCF games on JB Sports now with other voices. Ball played into the penalty area. Headed away. Now Charlie Taylor wins possession, but it's a throw there, wrongly given, in my opinion, there by Nick Greenouch. I don't think that was a throw into Norwich. I think Nick Greenouch got it wrong, but it is a throw. Gibbs to take it. Norwich 4 minutes away from being beaten. Gibbs again to the byline, hits the defender, corner to Norwich, and now Burnley have got to defend like they've never defended before. They do not want another late show against them here. Number 17 to take the corner. Sarah with it. Into the near post. Muric got there, but not convincingly. Now, there's 2 players gone down now. I think that's just a bit of 6 of one, half a dozen the other. And I think Burnley have won the free kick. And now there's a bit of pushing and shoving going on involving Pukki and well, number 9, Ugel's involved. And I think he'd do well to shut up at this point. Free kick to the Clarets, I think. Well, yeah, it's a high foot. Well, that should be a bookable offence there. It's a high foot there on Connor Roberts. Is it Connor Roberts? Yes, it is. Look at that. I mean, Ugel should be, well, he's lucky he's not been booked there, let alone sent off. Paul Tierney has given Burnley the 3 kick, but no more. I think Ugel should be at least booked, if not sent off, because in a lot of cases, that would have been a red card offence. It's a high foot. You can't get away with that in today's game. It's a bookable offence. Here go Burnley again down this left-hand side. Ball played in there. Oh, Bastian just lost control of it there on the edge of the box when he was given to him by Dufflerslow. I can't pronounce his name, so just bear with me. But what I will say is that if they're going to earn it, they're going to earn it our way. Good kick away by Muric. There wasn't enough purchase on that back pass, I have to say, from Charlie Taylor. But it was enough to get Muric to kick it away. Maybe he's learned from his past mistakes here, Muric, when he's trying to play out from the back. We've had 3 of the 5 minutes. Pukki complaining to referee assistant Greenouch that it was a Norwich ball, but I think Greenouch got it absolutely right this time. It is a Burnley ball. Well, yes, our player of the match, Zahouri, he's had a great game. He's had a magnificent game. And if we can get any interviews at the end, we're going to stay with you because we're going to bring you the full-time scores from around Europe as well and across the Football League and the non-league. And, of course, the other games that are taking place all over Britain and Europe this evening, because there's been quite a lot of busy football this evening. It's the old-fashioned coverage on JB Sports. It's a one-off because we're taking TCO content now, and I'm part of their team in the very near future. But we'll do a few of these sporadically when Burnley are playing. But this is Zahori. He's come close on a number of occasions, but the player, I think he's got Sky Sports' match better than match award as well. But he's had a super match. He's really, well, he's really ripped Max Aaron's a few there tonight, and he's absolutely been superb. And we'll bring you those results at the end of the game. We've got 30 seconds plus any time added on at the end of time added on here. But Burnley are just sold him away. There's quite a few outstanding results I can tell you from the Champions League that will bring you in a second. Here comes the kick. We've got less than 10 seconds to go. All eyes on Paul Tierney. Not a good kick from Gunn. McCallum away now. Under pressure there from one of the Burnley players. Free kick to Burnley. That should do it. That should do it. That should do it. What a win this is going to be for the Clarets. And Grant Hanley tastes defeat yet again on this ground. He tasted defeat so many times with Blackburn Rovers. He's going to taste defeat yet again. And Norwich are going to taste defeat again on a ground they haven't won in the league since 2004. Forget the FA Cup game they won 2 years ago. They were lucky to win that one. Final whistle! Final whistle! Burnley have done it. It wasn't a convincing performance by any means, but they got the job done. They've kept a clean sheet. They go 2 points clear at the top of the championship. What a night for the Clarets. Grant Hanley with a clear handball inside the box. Definite penalty. Jay Rodriguez got the ball. The hometown boy lashed it in past Angus Scott had gone the wrong way. Lashed it in down the middle. And Burnley get all 3 points. That 82nd minute penalty. They needed a save at the end from Aaron Muric to preserve it and win it. And they did just that. What a performance. What a result. And what a win for the Clarets. What a result that has been for Burnley. And a terrific result it has been. So there we go. Full time. The whistle is gone. So full time then. Burnley 1, Norwich City 0. Great result there. And, well, it's been a terrific result. Paul James agrees they are top of the league, and I have to agree with him too. So there we go. There we are. Vincent Kompanys and Co. There's a nice little handshake there from Angus Gunn to the winning manager. But Burnley, I think when you look at the statistics and you look at the chances created, Norwich only had the 2 really. Cantwell at the start of the second half, and then Pookie, when he got one-on-one, in 9 times out of 10 would normally bury those really for breakfast, dinner and tea, but he didn't. And Aaron Muric came up with a top save at the end, and it needed to be. So Burnley now, as things stand, will move 2 points clear ahead, and Blackburn Rovers have been knocked off the top 2 as well. That's even better. And the news just gets better and better. Blackburn Rovers have been knocked off the top, and Burnley have played the same, and crucially have played 17 games along with Blackburn Rovers. So that is a great result. And it's still 1 defeat in 17 for the Clarets. The only defeat coming, unfortunate, and that was an unfortunate defeat against Watford. And they're doing a lap of honour here because they know how much they appreciate the supporters here. Jay Rodriguez getting a shirt there to a fan. Signing a few autographs. It's been one of those nights really where it's just been brilliant. The fans aren't going anywhere. They're enjoying this. They're enjoying every moment of it. But it sets up the next few games nicely. Combinated with the final game before the World Cup here against Blackburn Rovers. They've got to play Sheffield United here as well. Another promotion contender. But Norwich stay outside the playoffs. Vincent Kompanys, what a job he's doing. Remember, he had all them players to turn over. He sold half the Premier League squad, brought in his own men, and he's blended them in and how he's blended them in so well in such a short space of time has got to be commended, really, because you look at the way they've gelled here. Jay Rodriguez, one of the players that he was desperate to retain and just did. Well, that penalty there got him his 8th goal of the season. And they're getting a standing ovation. And everybody, to a man or a woman, are cheering the Clarets off. It's been one of those magical Turf Moor nights yet again. Meanwhile, we're just seeing that other penalty there. So there we go. The match stats: 17-5 in shots, 2 on target each, 5 corners to 4, 2 offsides to 1 in Burnley's favour, 10 fouls by Burnley, 14 for Norwich, 3 yellow cards each, no red cards. Let's have a look at the other statistics as well. It's been one of those nights, isn't it, folks? So there we go. Wow. What more can you say? What more can you honestly and utterly say than that? It has been one of those great nights where Burnley, maybe it was just their night. Who knows? But it has been a terrific night. We're going to stay with you until about 10:05 this evening. So we better just come away now as everyone starts leaving around the turf at the moment. So let's just give you the score lines from elsewhere now. Because I can tell you that Celtic are out of Europe. They've drawn 1-1, so it's not enough for them. So, and but Mahrez has missed a penalty in that Manchester City game, I can tell you. So let's have a look at the full-time results then around Europe. So Red Bull Salzburg 1, Chelsea 2. Chelsea going through to the next round. Zagreb 0, AC Milan 4. So Milan back in with a chance of getting there. Celtic out of Europe. They drew 1-1, having led against Shakhtar Donetsk in that one. And what a good result that is for Red Bull Leipzig. A terrific result. Statement of intent, really. They've humbled the current European champions, Real Madrid, by 3-2. Seville 3, Copenhagen 0 in Group G, and then that Mahrez missed penalty, and a rare 0-0 draw for Manchester City in Dortmund. Very disappointing when you looked at all the attacking intent both sides had to offer tonight. In Group H, Benfica won a very good 7-goal thriller against Juventus 4-3, and Paris Saint-Germain hit 7 against McCarthy after 7-2 it finished. In the Championship, Coventry and Rotherham drew 2-2. And as you've just heard, Burnley beating Norwich by 1-0, that Jay Rodriguez penalty. In League One, full programme of fixtures, so let's go through all the scores for you. Barnsley 0, Lincoln City 1. Bolton Wanderers 2, Burton Albion 1. Charlton Athletic 0, MK Dons 2. Cheltenham 1, Morecambe 0. Derby County 0, Exeter City 0. Fleetwood Town 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Peterborough 3, Accrington Stanley 1. Plymouth Argyle 2, Shrewsbury 1. These are all results. Port Vale 2, Ipswich Town 3. Portsmouth 1, Oxford 1. Wickham 2, Cambridge United 3. League 2, Wimbledon 1, Crewe Alexandra 1. But AFC Wimbledon 1, Crewe Alexandra 1. Beg your pardon. Barrow 1, Grimsby Town 0. Bradford City 1, Swindon Town 1. Colchester 2, Crawley Town 2. Doncaster Rovers 0, Stevenage 1. So a good win there for Mike Hardeman's team up at Donny. Hartlepool 0, Salford City 2. Leyton Orient keeping up their good run at the top of the league by beating Jordan by 2-0. Mansfield 0, Newport County 0. Northampton 2, Sutton United 2. Stockport County 2, Carlisle United 0. Tranmere Rovers 1, Rochdale 1, and Walsall 3, Harrogate Town 1. National League, Altrincham 1, Oldham Athletic 0. So Altrincham getting the bragging rights in that Manchester derby. Bromley 1, Barnet 3. Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Boreham Wood 1. Eastleigh 1, Torquay United 0. Maidenhead 0, Solihull Moors 2. Maidstone United 0, Southend United 3. Scunthorpe 3, Gateshead 1. Wealdstone 1, Notts County 6. Maybe they're just too good for this league, Notts County. Woking 3, Dobkin Wanderers 3. Oh, God, I wouldn't want to be a commentator on that game, despite the fact that they've had a 6-goal thriller down at Woking. Woking and Dorking share a 6-goal thriller for each. Wrexham 3, FC Halifax Town 1. So they were 1 down at the break as well, Wrexham. Yeovil 0, Aldershot 2. So a good win there for Trevor's team. And York City 1, Chesterfield 1. National League North, Alfreton 2, Scarborough 0. Blythe Spartans 0, Bradford Park Avenue 1. Brackley Town 1, Boston United 0. Buxton 2, Darlington 1. Chester 1, Gloucester City 1. Farsley Celtic 2, Kettering Town 0. Hereford 2, AFC Fylde 1. Hereford will be playing on JB Sports, incidentally, a week on Friday against Portsmouth in the FA Cup first round. I hope you can join us for that. And I will also be on the TCR, but incidentally. Kidderminster 1, Chorley 0. Kingsland 3, Branbury 1. Peterborough Sports 0, Curzon Ashton 0. And Spennymoor 0, Southport 1. In the National League South, Braintree 4, Welling United 1. Chippenham Town 0, ML Hempstead Town 1. Dover 0, Concord Rangers 3. Dulwich Hamlet 0, Worthing 1. Eastbourne Borough 1 0. Eastbourne Borough 1 0. Hampton and Richmond 1. Ebbsfleet 3. St Albans City 1. Hungerford Town 1. Cheshunt 2. Oxford City 2. Taunton Town 1. Slough Town 1. Dartford 2. Tunbridge Angels 1. Chelmsford City 0. Weymouth 0. Farnborough 1. In the Scottish Championship, just a 1 game tonight. Ayr United 4. Partick Thistle 2. And in this Welsh Premier Division, the New Saints 3. Carnarvon 0. So there we go. That's all the results in for tonight. Let's have a look at the league table, starting, of course, with the Championship, the Sky Bet Championship tonight. So Burnley now go 2 points clear at the top, although QPR have a game in hand. But Burnley have got that 2-point gap. Now, last 5 games, 1-1 drawn, 1-1. So they're on a good streak at the moment. Goal difference plus 15. They've won 8, drawn 8, lost 1, but they're 2 points clear. They're on 32 points now. QPR second with 30. Blackburn Rovers drop out. They're now on 30 points. And Norwich City missed the chance. They have now lost 4 out of the last 5. Not promotion form needs to be signed at the moment. They stay on 25 points. Swansea, Sheffield United and Millwall complete the playoff picture. Rotherham move up to 11 points with that point tonight against Coventry. And Coventry just out of the inside the bottom 3 on goal difference, but moving up the table all the while. West Brom are 23rd with 14 points, and Huddersfield prop up the rest with 12. Okay, let's look at League One very quickly. Leagues 1 and 2 as well before we leave you tonight. League 1, Plymouth Argyle are 2 points ahead of Ipswich Town. They're first and second, so Plymouth and Ipswich going really well at the moment as they both look to return to the Championship. Then Ipswich are 6 points ahead of Sheffield Wednesday are in third. Peterborough with 28 points, Bolton with 27, and Portsmouth with 26, all complete the playoff picture, all big clubs in that league. Then come Exeter and Charlton, who are 4 points further back. At the bottom, Milton Keynes Dons with a big win tonight. Doesn't get them out the bottom 4, but it gets them within 2 points of Oxford United and 3 with Accrington Stanley. Forest Green Rovers is also third from bottom. They also have 13 points. Burton Albion next to bottom with 12, and Morecambe with 11 points. Rock bottom at the moment, but there's still a long way to go. And finally, League 2 and the National League. We'll go through the National League as well for you before we leave as well. We've done League 1. We won at League 2, not League 1. That's it. League 2 table. So at the top of the League 2 table is as follows. Lake Norrie at the top by a point from Stevenage. Doing really well at the moment, those two teams. Northampton, 4 points further back on 31. They're in the third automatic promotion. Then there's a gap of about 4 points to Mansfield Town and on 27 points. So too is Salford in 5th position and Swindon in 6th position. Bradford with 26 points completes the playoff picture. Barrow a further point behind them. And then come Tranmere and Carlisle and Grimsby and Doncaster Rovers and Walsall. At the wrong end of the table, Hartlepool stuck at the rock bottom on 9 points. Remember, 2 go down to the conference these days. Colchester are second bottom. Rochdale 2 points above the drop zone. And Gillingham, Harrogate and Crawley Town will be looking over their shoulders at the moment. And possibly Newport County as well to a certain extent. And there we go. So that's the League Two. And we'll quickly finish with the National League as well. So the National League goes like this. Notts County now extend their lead to 3 points. They've won the last 5 and they've won by 6 goals to 1 tonight. And they're looking really good. Wrexham are in second position and Solihull-Moors in third place. Wrexham have 33 points. Solihull-Moors 28. And they're just putting Chesterfield out there at the moment. And then come Boreham Wood with 27 points. Woking and Bromley, who both have 24 points. They're in the playoffs. Then comes Southend, York, Barnet, and Eastleigh. Dorking is still there as well. At the wrong end of the table, Scunthorpe United are really struggling, but they needed a win. They got the bottom 4. Yeovil are now propped into the bottom 4, along with Gateshead. So Yeovil have 13 points. Gateshead have 12. Maidstone have 12, and Torquay have 10. I'll be commentating on Torquay when they play Derby County a week on Sunday in the first round of the FA Cup. That will be live on JB Sports, part of the TC Hub network of channels. Scunthorpe, though, they did a win. Oldham Athletic struggling as well at the wrong end of the table as well. Only 4 wins all season. They really need Oldham. It's a shame to see Oldham Athletic down at the wrong end of the table, considering that they were a Premier League club 30 years ago. Well, there we go. Well, it's finished here at Turf Moor. And it's been an interesting night in more ways than one, especially when you look at the picture now with Burnley top of the table. It's been an amazing performance by them when you look at the way it's been. But I hope you've enjoyed the commentary tonight. I've enjoyed it. I hope you do too. It's been a one-off. It's been a one-off stream here on JB Sports. I hope you very much enjoyed the game. Burnley have won it. It was a tight game. It was tense. It was quite a finish in the end. But Jay Rodriguez, 8 minutes from the end, has put Burnley top of the Football League and has put them top of the Championship by 2 points. What a great night. And the even bigger bonus is they've knocked Blackburn Rovers out the top, knocked out Greatest Rovers, Blackburn Rovers out the top 2 as well. Great night all round, I say. Jay Rodriguez, definitely one of our own. He's done it tonight. From me, JB, I hope you've enjoyed our one-off live game tonight. And we hope to see you back soon. I'll be back commentating for JB Sports later this week. And, of course, a week on Sunday when we do Derby. We'll be doing Torquay against Derby in the FA Cup first round. You will listen to all those games you will hear on JB Sports, but they'll be under TC Hub production. But I hope you've enjoyed everything there. But I just want to, Russ wants to say something at the end. I'm going to read it out. He just wants to say that Rotherham have been cheated out the win tonight. Never a pen for commentary second goal. I have to be honest with you, Russ. I haven't seen the penalty back, but I'll have a look again. And I'll tell you what I thought about that a little bit later on when I get the opportunity to. But anyway, thank you very much to Russ and to Paul and to everyone who's joined tonight. Ayatollah, nice to have you with us tonight. And whoever watches, and to those who do watch the stream, please, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and subscribe, of course. But it's been a great night for Burnley Football Club, top of the pile, and considering Vincent Kompanys has done a terrific job, considering the turnaround of players he's had to get in and out of the football club, this is harvest time at the moment. 32 points, 2 points above the 2 points clear at the top of the league. It's a good night if you're a Claret. Good night to you all.